we're back.
Yeah, how are you?
I'm really good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, thanks. I had an interesting week.
Yeah. What do you want? You want to dig into it,
I
or
don't know if you
no?
want. We said we're not complaining anymore, but that's how we're gonna start the podcast. We're gonna start complaining.
Okay. Here's an idea. How is
Yeah.
there a way you could talk about what happened in a way that's factual and informative, but also like in a way that's not complaining? It's just kind of like, oh, this is what happened, but this is how I feel about it now. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I'm not taking it as I'm starting to get really detached from when things like that happen to me. I don't take it as seriously as I used to. It doesn't affect me. This is I'm taking it as a study.
right? It's like almost like observing it.
It's like I read an article or something.
Oh. Yes, this is the way to do it.
Exactly, because I'm so detached now from. Okay, this sounds really abstract because we don't know what I'm talking about, but it's just like family issues that
Yeah.
I have with some members of my family.
Sure.
Yeah, they're still like in the blaming and they dump, like they try to make you feel guilty for whatever you haven't even done or even think that you have done. So when they start talking like that, I just look at them and like, oh my God, you're still there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're still like in
Oh.
that phase of your life where you have to play the victim and blame the other people and make people feel bad so you can feel good about yourself. I was just like, all right, yeah.
So, if this same conversation had happened 2 years ago, how would you have responded?
Oh, I would have been really affected, and I would be really like, I would feel like, oh, why are they doing this to me? But I would never react in a way that, okay, that's fine. That's how they are. They haven't evolved or they're not
Grown up.
aware or
Yeah.
whatever. And now I can tell them that this is not right. Like don't blame me. I haven't done anything. Like just
Right.
when you call me, say hi. How are you? I haven't heard from you in a while. What's happening? Not like
Ring, ring.
"Hi."
I can't believe you did
Yeah.
that. Like, who am I talking to? It's
Yeah.
like just immediately attacked.
I know.
Okay, so 2 years ago, you still had a pretty good handle on it. When was the last time a call like that would have been gotten you completely emotionally involved? And is it been?
I don't know if there is a time, but I think the fact that I live away from my family.
Yes,
It helps
distance.
me. Distance is
Geographical distance.
beautiful. Seriously, you're not involved with their stuff, and you just get like you look at them from a distance, like this is an out of body,
Yes.
out of family experience.
Yeah. It's like watching a
Yeah.
soap opera.
Yes,
It's like
yes.
you know the
They're
characters.
Like, oh,
you know
they're
the-
here. They're doing their thing, and you're looking at them. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I guess that those 4,000 miles or whatever it is,
Yeah.
like you really can't do anything. So that separation then can put you in a place mentally where it's like, well, what does this have to do with me? Like there's nothing I can do
Yeah.
about this. So that's such a great way to like. It's like a form of no contact almost.
Yeah,
Like
and like with my relationships now with the friends I have here and everything, nobody does that. Nobody calls me and say, "Hey, why didn't you call?" Like people respect your life and your boundaries, and when they call, they say, "Hi, how are you?" That's it. Nothing more than that. Like, why do you have to? Everybody has their life and their problems and their,
So you're
we're all dealing with our issues. So, you have to have a little bit of empathy, I think, for others. And
yeah. Well, you're attracting a higher caliber friend
Yeah.
now, right? Because I find like when I was more in my own misery and feeling like a victim of my own life, that energy attracted other people who also felt like they're victims of their lives, right? And so we could commiserate, like it's right there in the word commiserate together. Yeah, and then once you start taking accountability and start like owning your own choices and the role you play and the circumstances you find yourself, like that energy and then starts attracting a different type of person. And even the same people in my life we're having different conversations now rather than sitting around and be like, oh,
Yeah.
can you believe he did this to me? And then he did that to me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's just like, oh, okay, we're not. So it's like, it's good because sometimes you lose friendships, which is fine. Like if someone's not ready to come along to that next step, then you just got to, let them, they're going to find new friends to commiserate with, right? If that's
Yeah.
what they really need. So good for you. That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the little thing. That's not even an incident, just an event.
You would talk about like watching, like reading as if it was a magazine article or whatever.
Yeah.
There was a point in my divorce a couple years ago. So I had left, but I still was very deeply emotionally attached and all that. So anyway, I did a bunch of work, and I kind of got to the point where I could kind of see ahead, like how this is going to end. And I wasn't fully out of the woods yet, but I started to just, instead of thinking of my ex as like this person who was trying to hurt me and slow me down or get in my way or whatever, he started feeling like it was like I'm on a path and this is just a big mud pit that I need to get through. It's not someone who's personally attacking me. It's just like I'm on this road and there's still this muddy patch I need to get through, and it's not a personal thing. It's because he has his own issues. It really has nothing to do with me.
Exactly.
So it's like I just need to get through this muddy pit, and on the other end I'll be fine. And starting to think of it that way, or getting to the place where I could see it that way, is like, oh, what a relief. Like you just
exactly.
Oh yeah, it's such a liberating.
Yeah, it just reminded me now that when men cheat on women, and I just like the other day I told somebody that somebody cheated on this woman, and she told me, "But she is beautiful." I said, "It's not because of her. It's him.
Yeah, it's not about her.
It's not about her
Yeah.
being beautiful or not being beautiful. Whoever's gonna cheat is gonna cheat.
Yeah.
Even if he's married to the most beautiful woman on earth, it's just like
Yeah, whatever inside of him feels the
Yeah.
need to cheat, that's going to happen no matter
Yeah.
what his wife looks like, or no matter how often they have sex, right?
Yeah.
It's not even about like getting more sex. It's just like wanting sex with someone new, or wanting sex with someone who doesn't see his flaws, right? And so whatever.
Some
Or
people are just not serious. They just want to have. They don't take their relationship seriously. They don't
Right.
feel like this is something that needs to be protected and I have to respect it. No,
Right.
they feel like I'm a man. I can do whatever I want. Whatever. I know what I'm talking about, and this is exactly how they think. They think that they can do whatever they want because they have money and they. Yeah, so it's
yeah, so the whole idea of not taking stuff personally, as soon as you realize that everyone does what they do because it's a reflection of who they are, and it's not actually, as much as they want us to believe that they're responding this way because you did something to them.
You made me do that.
Yes, as
Yeah.
much as they want that to be true, the world gets so much easier and so much simpler to navigate when you recognize, like, oh, everything you're saying is projection. It's how you feel about yourself. This has nothing to do with me, and me being trapped in this relationship with you actually has nothing to do with you. That's my own dysfunction that's keeping me
exactly.
here.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like taking responsibility for what you're actually responsible for, and then not taking on, because those people
takes a
would
lot
love
of
for
work.
you.
Sometimes we realize it and we try to do it, but it takes a lot of. It depends on your life, but for me, I had to unlearn a lot of stuff to come to this stage in my life because a lot of dysfunction was dumped on me, and I was like, you have to separate yourself, layers and layers and layers and layers of negativity and like bad behaviors and all this stuff they put in your brain when you're young, and then you wake up one day and you're like, no, this is not working for me. And it's
Yeah.
just,
Don't you think that maybe because it was so heavy, in a way that made it easier to break out of it? Like if it had been not as extreme, like I feel for me, the experiences that I had, because they were so extreme, like to the point where I wanted to kill myself many, many times, like to be a mother of 4 and to be in the emergency room because you don't want to live anymore. Like think about how much pain I was carrying,
yeah.
and so and then to but you can only carry that so long. And you really are at a choice point. It's like, okay, do I want to die or do I want to live?
Exactly.
And continue to live this way wasn't an option anymore. Like that would be dying. And so it was because it was so intense that I think that made it easier for me to break out of it. Yeah.
I never thought about it like that. Now that you're saying it, I think maybe, but I felt like just, I'm going to say something very stereotypical or I don't know, but I felt like in my family, I was the black sheep or the white sheep or whatever they want to call it, because
The horny sheep.
I was the black, not a sheep, but some filthy animal.
Yeah. I know what you mean. That's
You know,
an
like
expression.
the odd one in the group.
Yes.
Seriously, I was always, I always felt out of place, and I always saw the dysfunction. I was like somebody who's just observing, but I got I lived the trauma, I lived the abuse, and I lived all of it. But at some point, I was like, I need to leave. I need to leave. I need to leave. All I wanted to do is leave that environment.
When did that start? When did you start feeling that? Like while you were still in the high school
I
age?
wanted to leave. I'm gonna say something really bad. When I was like around maybe 10, 12, something, I always wanted, like, prayed that my dad die. Hey, if you're watching this, Dad, thumbs up.
Still alive, so clearly.
Still alive. And the other day I told him, hey, Dad, you're looking great. He's 86. He said, yeah, I'm going to live until 130. And I said, why? Why?
What's so exciting in your life right now?
What do you want to still do?
Yeah, what's left on your bucket list?
Jesus, you're going to kill us all.
He's going to be burying you guys. Oh, no.
That's what I told him. Yeah, I was just like praying.
Wait, what would have happened if your dad had died? Like, what would that have meant?
Well, I
how did you
had to think. I said, I hope they separate, like they divorce. Because there was a lot of chaos and dysfunction and violence, and so I was like, I hope either they divorce or he dies. Like something. I didn't want him in the picture because he brought a lot of pain in our family. So that's how. And then. Because I used to read a lot and I saw another life in the books and how people live and all this stuff. And I was like, I want to leave this country. I can't live here anymore. I just can't.
Wow.
And I started actively trying to leave. When I finished college, I started thinking about immigrating to the States.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Even before
Yeah,
wedding
I was
or
like,
marriage.
I'm gonna find a way to just go to the
So from
States.
a pretty young age,
I
this
was like around
clear
21
what you were
or something like
needed
that.
to happen.
Yeah, and then I got married and I left. But I think the fact that I knew that my husband was gonna go to Canada, I said, "This is my ticket."
You knew that before you married him?
Yeah, he wanted to immigrate to Canada, and he said, "I'm gonna start the paperwork once we get married."
Oh, wow.
And I found.
That probably made it a lot easier to get married.
And I'm like, okay, this is gonna be my ticket out of here.
And it was.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah. So it's a good thing you got married. I mean, obviously it was meant to be.
I got something out of it.
Yeah, you got two amazing kids. You got to Canada.
Yeah, I
you got
became Canadian
some
and
wild experiences and the travel that you did. Like, I totally can. That resonates with me as well. Like I always felt different in my family, but this is how I think. I assumed everyone also didn't feel comfortable. Like, I projected my own feelings of, oh, I feel different from the rest of my family or where I grew up. I just assume everyone had that same feeling. I just, but I remember when I told you this, I used to dream about, I felt for sure I was adopted. There's no way I was from that family. I felt like I was adopted. And then I had this fantasy that Arnold Schwarzenegger was my father.
Oh my God.
Oh,
All people.
can you? I don't know.
You look like his ex-wife.
I know. Yes. That's a weird connection.
But yeah.
Can you imagine? I'm like this little fifth grader fantasizing about, and I think this is before I even saw his movies. I think
that's hilarious.
Weird. We had to write a paper about a famous person. I wrote mine about Arnold
Why
Schwarzenegger.
him? It's just odd.
So weird.
With his accent and everything.
weird.
It's so funny.
it wasn't even like a crush. Like I recognized,
it's
like
just
he
like
was a certain
he was
age.
a
It's like
daddy
he wanted,
girlfriend or whatever.
and I don't even like muscled men. I'm not
It's just-
attracted to the
and he's
muscled type.
overly muscled, man.
Oh, I
He's like,
can't.
yeah.
That's not a look that I
was
find
never
attractive.
like I had never had anything like really. This is very funny to me that it was Arnold. It's just like
Yeah, but I heard other kids
know.
talk about like they had they fantasized that other like actors were their dads or whatever. So I feel like that's not as uncommon.
Yeah, I think
But
you just.
but when I think about it now, I can look back and be like, oh yeah, I'm the only I of all my sisters, I'm the one who doesn't live in the Minnesota anymore. I've definitely taken a bit of a different path. I'm the only one who's gotten divorced. We all kind of have the same amount of kids and stuff. So yeah, there's definitely some differences.
Yeah.
But yeah, the way I think about things, the way I see the world, it's very different than them. So yeah, there was definitely, but I'm lucky because as much as there is a difference between my siblings, I like hanging out with them is so much fun. Like I don't have the drama that you have to deal with. I'm happy for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, even like when sometimes I mention what happened to us when we were, they all brush it off. I was like, you still think about this stuff? You still, we've completely forgot about this. We completely,
These major
like,
events.
Yeah, you need to remember to be able to deal with it. Otherwise, it's denial and.
If they're not ready, they're not
Yeah.
ready. Yeah. Yeah. And
Anyway.
if they're not ready, like that happens too a lot to the black sheep is if the person who's trying to speak truth rather than saying, hey, come in and let it, if they're not ready to face the truth, then you got to be ostracized. You got to be the person to blame, and the scapegoat and stuff. So yeah, that would make sense that your sister still has some stuff that she's carrying against. Again, you're not taking it personally. You realize, this is a reflection of
like even
her.
when I talk to my dad now, I just feel like I'm talking to a 10-year-old or something. He sent me a message, like a video about this guy saying, you need to take care of your parents and they come first, and if you work, you need to give them money and you have to do. And I'm like, my eyes rolled so much.
They're still stuck back there. He's going to live to 130 so that he can send you these videos and these memes.
I was just laughing so hard when he sent me that thing. And I sent him a thumbs up.
Great. Got it. Message received.
Dad.
Yeah.
Message, yeah. Yeah. I'm seriously proud of myself for doing the work and getting to where I am. Like,
yeah.
Even though
feels good.
It was hard. It was hard. It was not easy.
But it's so worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. And for me and for my kids.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. And I seriously, I'm so glad that when I do something, my kids, they come and say, hey, you're not allowed to do that. It's like, they know how to set their boundaries and they know how to. And I take it and I say, thank you. And I apologize. And I'm like, I don't want to. The cycle is not gonna.
It ends here.
Yeah.
Yes, this is it. This is it.
Yes. I accept criticism from my kids. Just come and tell me
feedback.
And
it's feedback.
They're not. They're not malicious about
right.
it.
They're not being spoiled brats.
They feel like there was an injustice, and they say it. And I'm like so proud of them for feeling safe first.
Yes.
To come and tell me.
Oh, could you imagine when our parents? Oh no. There was no, hey, Mom, when you talk to me that way, I didn't feel.
It's just fear. Or you're going to get a beating.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Right. It's amazing that our kids feel safe to talk to us like that. That's fantastic.
Seriously, I feel like so much pride when I see them like that. Because I
Bravo,
feel like,
Mama.
Well, it's not, I'm happy for them. This is how I'm like,
but
I'm
also
giving
happy
them
for
something
you.
That I didn't have. And I have a good relationship with my kids because of it. So yeah,
that's so true. Like I'm finding too when you do the work and you can like over the last couple of years, I've like through my research of codependency, narcissism, whatever, I would see stuff that I remember doing to my kids, and then I would like send them that video and be like, guys, I am so sorry. Like just really coming up and saying that there's so many things that I wish I would have done differently. And what a difference that's made that for
Yeah.
them to now, I mean, to be able to, and we don't really go too in depth with these things,
Yeah.
but they know I'm letting them know that I recognize this, and it's okay for you guys to feel traumatized because you were traumatized. Like that was an incredibly dysfunctional environment where they were raised, and it's created problems that they're still dealing with. But because we can talk about it openly now, and I'm taking responsibility,
They'll
it's gonna
respect
make
you for it.
it's
Yeah.
making their healing journey so much faster. So rather than having to wait till their mid 40s before they start learning these things,
Yeah.
like before they're even 20, they're starting to recognize this stuff. So it's like, yes, damage was done. There's definitely stuff that I wish I could do different, but they're figuring it out at such an earlier age. So yeah, the buck is kind of stopping with me, but I feel like it's really stopping with them. Like when they are ready to have kids, they're gonna make such better, for the most part.
Yeah.
My kids will be perfect. No, but like the fact that your kids are recognizing boundaries and they recognize when things aren't like, it's just not a
If
just
sometimes I
way
get
of being.
angry or
Yeah.
something like, can you just not raise your voice when you talk to us? I'm like, oh shit. Yes.
Yeah, right. I
They,
agree.
they have all the rights to not want me to shout. Yes, of course they don't like a woman shouting. It's normal.
And they're
Like,
not shouters.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, I have a teenager who can sometimes, yeah.
To each other, or do they?
No, not to each other.
Who does he shout at? To
Me.
Oh, oof.
Yeah.
So what do you do in that situation?
Well, this is when I
You
feel
felt-
like I don't like it when you shout. It's like, yeah.
Right. You can talk
and we
that way
try
with one
to
another.
Just calm each other sometimes. But,
Lovely.
it's not perfect. Nothing is perfect. But at least it's a big step up from where I came from. Oh my God, it's like day and night. It's not just the fact that they feel safe to be themselves with me and come to me when they need help. Oh, I wish I had that, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did not. No, the fear. Oh my God.
We were raised in fear.
I
Full
was
stop.
so afraid of my mom
Yeah.
until 3 years ago. Like it's and
Wow.
yeah. No, it was so much fear, and not like in our family there wasn't a lot of like hugging
No,
and stuff, and
don't worry. No.
so I feel like
Never.
with my kids, like we say I love you all the time to one another now, which I don't think we did do that. Even now, when I tell my mom I love you, she's got some like smart response that's not like she can't take it in, and that's that's her thing.
The first time my dad told me he loves me when I was 40.
Wow.
He didn't even say it. He sent me a message. He said, I love you. I am really grateful to have you. And I started crying. It's the first time in my life.
But it happened.
Can you believe it? I said, I am the luckiest man alive to just have kids who love me unconditionally. I think he realized.
Does he know what
something.
unconditioned means?
I don't know. But seriously, after all he's done, we're all really nice to him, and we care for him and for my mom. Seriously.
Wait, so how old was he when this text came through?
Well, that was like 9
Just
years
like-
ago.
okay.
So he was like 70.
So what was he going through? That's so
I have
interesting.
no idea. I think he misses me sometime, but I don't know why. It just came up out of nowhere. And I was like, I love you too. And I sent him a heart. And everything.
No, you sent the thumbs up.
I was like, too late.
That's
silly.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Better late than never,
Yes,
right?
Exactly. And he was not a hugger. My mom was never. He was not a hugger, but my dad has a soft. Even though it's just messed up. Everything is so messed up. I hugged him like like if he's sitting on the couch watching TV, I'll go and I just lay on his belly and I play with his belly and stuff like that. I was like, because he
Tambour.
was kind of fat, a little bit fat, and I liked it. And he would never say anything. He just liked it. My mom, on the other hand, she was like, you're too silly. Like, whenever I said, Mom, can I have a hug? She's like, you're silly.
Yeah,
And she just
yeah.
keeps doing what
Yeah,
she
the moms
wants to
aren't
do.
comfortable with that kind of attention.
Yeah,
and
because
it's
my
a
mom
real
never
thing.
had any
Yeah, I
of
don't think my
this.
mom had it either, and
Yeah.
that's why.
And the thing, the ironic things. Like when we have guests and like my cousins come and she's hugging them and she's like, and I look at them and
Her
like,
six
and I'm
or
like
seven
sitting
kids.
there like, I've never had that. It was really weird to see her hugging other kids. Like, what is going on?
That is. My kids probably saw that. I mean, I think I was pretty affectionate with my kids actually, but
I am
probably
very-
not as
I am
affectionate as I was with the
very
cat and the
affectionate
dog.
with well, I was always like kissy and huggy with my kids. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I need to be more of that. What I did a lot with my kids is we did a lot of touch, just like
Well, that
massages.
counts. That
Yeah,
counts
yeah,
as
yeah. And I think,
well.
and they still even now, like when you touch,
Yeah.
you're like, oh mom, oh your dad is
Yeah.
so nice. So, yeah, that's kind of how we did our physical touch with one another. And it's interesting. It was my oldest daughter Mijo who got us comfortable saying I love you to one another. Like at one point, she just started saying it, and at first. I think we were all. It made me very uncomfortable, but to her credit, she's amazing. She kept saying it, and then it got to the point where we all were much more comfortable saying it with one another. And I do that now too. Like I say I love you to my friends a lot, but I have noticed the first. I don't say it to all friends right away. I feel like my timing is pretty good when I drop it, but the first one or two times they don't know how to respond.
Really?
Yeah, but then by that third one, or sometimes then the next time I see them, they'll be the one saying I love you and I love you back. Like I love it now. Like after our mushroom parties, it's like all the I love yous that are getting passed around. It's like, oh, it's so nice. But that first couple of times, it's like, ooh, and I know I'm guilty of that too. Like what? I didn't know how to respond to it for my own kids. And so, yeah, our kids are our kids, meaning this generation of kids, not just my kids or your kids, but. They're so advanced in this stuff, and this is, I think, this is another check in the column of
the
past lives.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, because they're expanding. They're part of expanding consciousness because they've had lifetimes where they've had to learn these things, and now they're being born into it. So they're bringing this higher level consciousness with them to the point where being comfortable saying I love you or saying Mom don't talk to me that way. You know, like that.
Exactly.
There's yeah, it's because they've lived enough lives to realize, look, I don't want to live that way anymore. Yeah. I don't know. How do we get into past lives? We could talk about alien abductions.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Family. It's just
Hanukkah's coming up.
yeah.
Christmas is coming up. It's a big
Don't
one.
ask me about the other stuff. I have no
Yeah.
idea.
Well, you were telling me a little about Ramadan, and
Yeah,
I
but
like the idea of doing that. When
the
does that usually
calendar is
happen?
The lunar calendar, and I don't know where we are because I really don't follow it like religiously. Literally. I have to put it there. But it's still, I think, few months.
Is it? It's not generally in this time. Like I know,
Well,
like
it changed every year. It's
Yeah.
changed. It's like back 2 weeks every.
is it
year.
a New Year thing? Would it be happening perhaps more in March, like in?
Yeah, next year.
Oh, but
It's gonna
I see
happen
what you
next
mean.
year.
Like if the lunar calendar
If
it
we
moves
ch-
it
we
around.
Google it.
Okay.
We get the date.
yeah, maybe we
yeah,
should-
you were like Ramadan. You want to do?
Yeah, we should do
Ramadan?
some maybe one night of a day
I
Ramadan.
stopped doing Ramadan for like the past 25 years. or
Oh, since you've
something.
moved to Canada?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since I moved to Canada and I became an atheist, I just decided to throw everything out of the.
Right, but maybe there's stuff to
But
kind of reclaim.
I seriously, I like the tradition. It's
Yes.
really nice. It's like a lot of nice food and people get together. And well, in Morocco here, I don't know. Anybody
Well, I
who
bet if
does
we
it.
looked around, we could find.
Yeah,
a
I think the
community.
community, but
Yeah.
I'm not part of the community. That's the
This
problem.
is the back up a little bit. I found that was the biggest problem with atheism and agnosticism, is you lose all the holidays and the traditions. Like we gotta like reclaim them in a way,
But
especially
when
when I went vegan.
Yeah.
You're like where the food options are gone, and then also like my big anti-consumerism days where it's just like I'm bad at buying gifts or whatever. So it's like I'm not celebrating the religious aspects of it. I'm not eating the food. I'm not buying gifts. It's like but I still love Christmas.
I love Christmas but the thing is here in Canada, it's like you have to be in a community to do it. Like but when I lived in Dubai, the whole country celebrates
Robert,
Ramadan.
yes.
So I even if I didn't do it, but I
You could
did
just
like.
walk into a hotel
But
and
I
there'd be
used to cook for my ex-husband. Like he did it, so I had to make the. So I kind of did it, but not like strictly. Like I
you
didn't
did it for
eat
him.
much. Like I would not eat much, and I wait until the end of the day to eat with him. So
But you
I
didn't fully
prepared.
fast.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
Like I
okay.
would have like a coffee or
Mm.
water or something, and then I'll make a really nice meal, and then we'll go out and we meet friends, and we were invited
Okay.
to people's
So when you
houses.
said you
And
haven't celebrated Ramadan in 25 years, it was really just the full day fasting that you.
yeah, yeah, I celebrated it like in the fast that I went to people's fast.
That
and
sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's
The
really
feast
nice.
afterwards.
Yeah, the feast.
Oh,
It's really good. The food
yeah.
is really amazing, and the ambiance of the Ramadan after people they get together, and then it's nice.
Yeah, we got to bring in more holidays and make, even if it means like making up our own or finding like the existing ones. I think this, like maybe I hear like Wiccanism, like it's like it's I don't know
It's
enough about it, but it's
Wikipedia. what is
Wiccan.
Wiccanism?
I mean, I think it's often associated with like witchcraft and stuff,
Oh,
but they have a lot of holidays that are around like celestial events, like eclipses or not eclipses, maybe eclipses, but the solstices
oh,
and
okay.
equinoxes and full moon stuff, like making like it'd be, I don't know.
Just
I'm always
celeb-
looking for
I
excuse to
think,
have more
yeah,
parties.
something to say. But when I was in Dubai, I used to celebrate Diwali and all because I had
What
a
is
lot
that?
of. It's an Indian holiday. It's like the holiday of lights or something.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
And I had a friend who passed away sadly. She used to open her house to everybody.
for Diwali.
Yeah, for Diwali. So she puts like tea lights and
Oh.
and she says she decorates her house and they dress up and everything. And I was always part of it
That
every
sounds
year.
lovely.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a little festival of
Yes.
lights.
So,
Yeah, I know. As I'm like getting more tapped into spirituality, it's like I want to more traditions, more ceremonies.
And I
like, get back into
celebrated
that.
Thanksgiving, the American one with American friends. I used to celebrate everything. I was invited to every
Yeah,
thing.
because there's food.
This
I'm an equal opportunity celebrator. I don't
And,
do
yeah,
not discriminate.
I like celebrating everything.
Yes.
I'm not whatever brings joy. I'm in. It's just
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right. We could
Why not?
find some.
I don't, the religious aspect. I'm not gonna go to church and sing whatever because
You
I
don't know the
believe-
songs.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I don't know the songs. I don't know how to read.
But if they're serving food afterwards, I'll show up for
but
that.
like Christmas, I'm in.
Yeah.
Like I love it. I love it.
Yeah. I know. I'm excited with the snow now. It's finally starting to feel Christmassy.
Yeah, I haven't put up the tree yet. I have a tree at home. I need to just
Where do you put it?
in my living room. Where I have the plants. I'm just gonna remove the plants.
Okay.
And put the
Nice.
Christmas tree. Yeah, there. You put it there.
Yeah, so that it goes there and it's beautiful. And I try to get
Can't
as
wait
big
to
as a
see it.
yeah.
You're
It's
having a fresh one.
yeah. I invest in the fresh because I don't have a place to not. I don't want to store a plastic one because
Yeah.
once you buy it now you have to store it. And Montreal does a pretty good job of collecting the old
Yeah,
trees. I think
yeah.
they get like
I think you call a number or something.
no,
like that?
like the
No?
first there's 2 days in January where they come specifically to pick them up, and I think they get like shredded into like stuffed for
they,
fill
yeah,
like
they
wood
recycle
chips or
them.
whatever. So it's like yeah, no, I used to get kind of emotionally like it made me sad to see the trees dying, and like I almost cried a couple times like having to take the trees. So I was a little bit sensitive.
Discovering a lot of
Yeah.
things about you.
Yeah, I'm a big
Nice,
baby.
Yeah, I like animals and trees.
Plants. But now I take I've
it's nice
like a
to
little bit
have,
removed from it.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, it's a tree, but it's, it lived, it did its job. It was cherished. Like I love, when the tree's here. And then in fact, it's being put in, it's not like it's just sitting in a landfill. It's actually being made into wood chips or whatever, I think is what they do to them. A couple of years we burned them.
Oh no!
Oh my God. And they go up so fast. So when I lived in the other house, we missed the drop-off date. So the tree was just been sitting in the backyard and had been back there for a couple of weeks.
Where
Like
did you burn them?
in the yard. Like it was crazy. It was the middle of the night and the neighbors were freaking out, which of course
You
they
can't
should
do
have.
that. I don't
Well,
think
no,
you
this
can
was
do that.
yeah, and they should have called it the
Yeah.
fire department. It was not good, but it went up fast. It was scary how
'Cause
fast
it
it
was
went up.
really dry.
Dried out. But
Yeah.
like it's people used to put fresh like live candles on their Christmas trees before we had our lights. I see now why these fires would happen. Like they really are a fire hazard. It went up like woof, like a fireball, and then it calmed down pretty fast. But then that spring there was a big burnt out spot in the yard. So it was dumb. It was a really irresponsible thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that night we had a little campfire. It was like some night in March or whatever, the first kind of mild night. Yeah, but I love a fresh tree. I mean, at some point I'll probably have to switch, but until, and they're they're getting more and more expensive. The fresh trees, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they had
My
to.
first year I bought one. It was not very expensive. It was a kind of a big.
Yeah, I like a big
Yeah.
7, 8
Well,
footer,
not-
9 footer.
I think it was like 6'1", something
Yeah.
like that.
6'1".
6'1".
Is your dating profile?
I went on the app, the Christmas tree
Nothing
app,
lower than
and
6 foot.
I was like swiping left for under 6'1".
Oh,
Ay,
that's
ay, ay.
crazy. The
Silly.
whole women and their dating, the
Dating?
well,
I'm not
the
dating.
whole like.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people talk. This has been well trodden territory, but like, there's a lot of women in their profiles. They say like no one under 6 foot, or they make jokes about like as soon as if I ask them his age, as soon as the word 5 comes out, they hang up. They're done. Like,
Or
it
some
could be
men,
5'11".
They lie about their height.
well, no wonder because
they
women.
wanna. It's so silly. This whole dating thing is so silly because you're gonna meet people in real life at some point. Like, why do you some women? They Photoshop themselves so much that they don't have any face. Like their face is just like 2 eyes and the mouth.
And then just
They Photoshop their nostril. Like they're not even recognizable.
what the face tuning and the filters and all that stuff. Yeah,
That's
right. But
too
right,
much.
what good does it serve you if someday you're gonna have
You're
to meet
gonna
this person in real
this
life?
person and he's gonna see it, like he's gonna look at you and like, who are
Right.
you?
So
Like,
she's lying about her face. He's lying
Yeah,
about her
yeah,
height.
yeah.
Like everyone's just lying. This is a whole
he's
other
wearing
topic.
heels.
Yeah. She's
She's
covered.
wearing a mask. What the-
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
that's why people still wear the mask.
Oh.
That's a whole other topic. Well, maybe next time we'll talk about the whole aging thing and
How women
the.
don't like to age.
Well, I mean the,
The
pressure that's
pressure.
put on us and the expectation and then like there's two very distinct routes now. It seems like the people who are like, no, I'm embracing the surgeries or whatever. This is something I can afford to do. Like some women who are like actually like in the spotlight, like they're actually on stage and stuff. Like can imagine this immense pressure.
Yeah,
And then the other
pressure.
people who are like, you know what, I'm going to age gracefully, and then
That
that
word,
triggers
That
people.
word is becoming also like a little bit controversial, like problematic. I read an article.
Oh,
about
see, this will be good. Okay, so this is a
you
little
can
teaser
say
for next. All
gracefully,
right,
yeah.
I love it. Let's dig in. I love this. This is good.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. I love you.
I love you.
Oh, what the heck? You're nuts.
All right,
Yes,
that's just.
madam.